In New York City, a retired assassin named John Wick is mourning the recent loss of his beloved wife, Helen. Before passing away, Helen arranged for a small beagle puppy to be delivered to John, giving him a final gift of companionship and a fragile chance at healing from his grief. Not long after, while refueling his classic 1969 Mustang, John crosses paths with a group of reckless young gangsters led by a man named Isf Tarasov. They try to intimidate John into selling them the car, but he refuses without backing down. That same night, the gang breaks into John's secluded home, beats him, kills his puppy, and steals his prized car, the last remaining pieces connecting him to his late wife. ISF takes the stolen car to a local chop shop for modifications, but the shop's owner, Aurelio, recognizes the vehicle immediately and refuses to touch it. Aurelio informs John of who took the car and also calls Vigo Tarasov, ISF's father and the ruthless head of a powerful Russian crime syndicate in New York. Vigo is furious when he learns what his son has done. He knows all too well who John Wick really is, once the syndicate's most feared enforcer, an unstoppable hitman known in whispers as the Boogeyman. Years ago, John had asked Vigo for freedom so he could leave the underworld and live a normal life with Helen. Vigo agreed, on the condition that John complete an impossible task, which John accomplished through sheer determination and violence, wiping out countless rivals in one night and securing his freedom. Now, with his wife gone and his last tie to her destroyed, John digs up the weapons and gold coins he had buried under concrete, ready to return to his old ways. Vigo tries to smooth things over, offering John compensation to forget what happened, but John refuses. Vigo responds by sending a team of assassins to kill him in his own house, but John, as deadly as ever, dispatches them all. Realizing how serious John is, Vigo places a massive bounty on his head, hoping to lure other killers to end him. He even recruits Marcus, an old friend of John's who mentored him in the past, to take the job. John checks in at the Continental Hotel, a high-end sanctuary for contract killers where violence is strictly forbidden. Winston, the hotel's owner and an old acquaintance, tells John where ISF is hiding, inside an upscale nightclub called the Red Circle. John storms the club, eliminating dozens of bodyguards in brutal fashion, and nearly corners ISF. But Vigo's trusted lieutenant, Kirill, intervenes and wounds John, forcing him to flee back to the Continental to recover. As John sleeps, a female assassin named Perkins sneaks into his room to claim the bounty. However, Marcus, watching over John from a sniper's perch across the street, secretly fires a shot to wake him up in time. John overpowers Perkins and learns from her that Vigo's secret vault, filled with cash and blackmail material that keeps his empire running, is hidden inside a church. John attacks the church, sets fire to Vigo's hidden stash, and takes down the guards sent to stop him. Vigo himself arrives, and after a brutal fight, John is captured and beaten. Defiant, John tells Vigo he will never stop hunting ISF, because the puppy represented his last hope for peace. John kills Kirill in another vicious showdown and forces Vigo to betray his own son by giving up ISF's location. Tracking ISF to a safe house, John storms in alone and eliminates everyone protecting him before executing ISF without hesitation. Marcus advises John to let go of his quest and return to his old life. Unfortunately, Perkins spies Marcus helping John and informs Vigo, who retaliates by having Marcus captured and killed. Vigo then calls John, mocking him with details of Marcus's death, provoking John to hunt him down too. Perkins, meanwhile, breaks the sacred rules of the Continental by carrying out business on hotel grounds. Winston orders her execution as punishment. Before she dies, Winston tips John off that Vigo is planning to flee the city by helicopter. John intercepts him at the docks, battling Vigo and his remaining men in a final rain-soaked confrontation. Wounded but relentless, John finally kills Vigo, ending his bloody vendetta. Weak and bleeding, John stumbles into an empty animal clinic. He tends to his injuries, then notices a pit bull puppy waiting to be euthanized. With a quiet sense of hope, John adopts the dog and limps out into the night, beginning the long walk back toward whatever life he can build next.